When my wife first mentioned she was going out with another man, she laughed it off, calling it just a fun date. Over and over, she promised me it wasn't serious, that she would never cheat, that it was only an innocent evening out. I wanted to believe her, even though every word felt like a knife in my chest. My heart told me something was wrong, yet my trust in her made me let it pass. I convinced myself she meant what she said, that she truly loved me and would never cross that line. That night, I sat at home alone, tried to distract myself with television, but nothing could erase the image of her with someone else. I wondered about him, why she needed to see him, and if she laughed at his jokes the way she used to laugh at mine. Every few minutes, I checked my phone, hoping for a message from her, but there was nothing. Hours passed. The clock crept past midnight, and a gnawing unease settled in my stomach. When she finally returned, her hair was slightly messy, her lipstick faded, and her perfume carried a faint scent of cigarettes she didn't smoke. She smiled and said, "Relax." It was nothing, but in her eyes I saw it, a flicker of guilt she tried to mask. I asked her how the date went. She laughed and brushed it off, calling it dinner, a few drinks, and some silly conversation. She swore she hadn't cheated, claiming she just wanted a little excitement. No matter how she sugarcoated it, I could feel the shift. It wasn't paranoia. It was in the way she avoided my eyes, in the way her words seemed rehearsed. That night, sleep didn't come. Every time I closed my eyes, I imagined her sitting close to him, laughing, maybe letting him touch her hand. Those thoughts burned into me, and by morning, the woman I thought I knew felt like a stranger. My love hadn't died, but doubt had poisoned it. The next day, I tried to act as if nothing had happened, but I couldn't. I noticed the little things, how she lingered over her phone, smiled at unread messages, turned the screen away when I walked by. My chest ached with questions I feared to ask. If I pressed her, would the truth be more than I could handle? Eventually, I confronted her. I told her I couldn't endure the uncertainty. If she truly cared, she had to be honest. She grew angry, accusing me of mistrust and insecurity, yet tears betrayed her words. She whispered. It didn't mean anything, and my heart sank under the weight of what she wasn't saying. That's when I knew. Maybe she hadn't spent the entire night with him. Maybe she hadn't crossed every line, but she had crossed enough. My trust was broken. The bond we had built over years of love and loyalty now lay shattered. In the following days, our home became a battlefield of silence. Conversations were shallow, perfunctory, meant only to maintain appearances. I couldn't look at her without seeing her with him, and she couldn't meet my gaze without seeing the pain and disappointment she had caused. She tried to win me back, cooking my favorite meals, sitting beside me on the couch, pretending nothing had changed. But everything had changed. Her laughter no longer sounded sweet. It felt hollow. Her touch no longer comforted me. It reminded me of betrayal. One night, she broke down completely. She admitted she had kissed him, calling it a mistake. She said she thought it was harmless fun, but realized too late it wasn't. She begged for forgiveness, for a chance to forget that night and move forward together. But forgiveness isn't something words can grant. It needs time, and time cannot erase the images etched into your heart. I looked at her, the woman I had loved with my whole soul, and felt a storm of anger, sorrow, and longing for the trust we had lost. I told her I couldn't promise anything yet, that I needed space to decide if I could ever see her the same way again. She wept, clutching my hand, swearing she would prove her love. Sitting there in the quiet of our home, I realized that betrayal isn't always in the act itself. It's in the breaking of trust. She called it just a fun date. But for me, that moment marked the day our marriage changed forever. That night, as she cried in my arms, I felt the weight of her guilt and the sincerity of her regret. She promised again that it would never happen, that she understood how close she had come to losing me. I could see she was broken, not just by her mistake, but by the thought of a life without us. I sighed and told her forgiveness wouldn't be easy, but love sometimes means giving each other another chance. I chose to forgive her, not because I had forgotten, but because I still loved her more than my pride. She held me tightly, whispering, "Thank you," through her tears. And in that moment, we both understood that rebuilding trust would take time, but at least we would face it together.